Well, Kyron, a comprehensive victory over a guy who is so often underrated despite having won the world title, and you're back in the UK Champs quarterfinals for the second time.
Yeah, obviously delighted to reach the quarter-final stage. I've had a poor record in this tournament over the years, so it's nice to obviously start etching up the results in this tournament, and to beat a class player like Graham in the way I did is obviously very pleasing.
Were you surprised he didn't bring more to the table this evening?
No, not really. No disrespect, but you never know what snooker's going to pan out. You never know how the balls are going to pan out, and losing the first frame, which was quite scrappy. If he wins that, it could give him confidence and he could go on. Sometimes if you've not won your first frame and you've not got it on the board, it's hard to settle, and being 4-0 down at the interval, obviously you're under a lot of pressure.
Dennis Taylor said your double in the sixth was without doubt shot of the tournament. That was your version of naughty snooker.
Yeah, I love it when Dennis commentates because got a great accent, and he obviously gets very excited when you pull off a good shot, and he's one of the legends in the commentary box, so I'll probably have to try and find that shot, listen to it back, and watch it with a bit of pride.
I don't think you'll have to search too far to find it on various social media platforms, that's for sure. So into the quarters, I mean, how many times can you and Judd Trump play in a 12-month period? Amazing, almost every single tournament you're coming up against each other.
Yeah, I don't know who's doing these draws, but it's obviously going to happen. With similar ages, like I've alluded to, and similar ends of the rankings. So, when you get into the quarterfinal stages, semi-final, finals of these big events, you know that obviously Judd is going to be around those sort of stages, being the world number one. So you sort of expect to bump into him at some point, and he's the sort of opponent that you need to beat to be lifting these titles.
It's pretty even Stevens between the two of you. He's beaten you in a couple of quarterfinals this season. You've won the Championship League, and you beat him, of course, in the Worlds back in the summer. You seem quite evenly matched in many regards.
Yeah, obviously in terms of CVs, he's well ahead. Obviously winning so many titles, but I've got a lot of he's got a lot more experience than me in terms of years on the tour and this, that, and the other, and I feel like I'm starting to find my feet at the top of the game now. But I've got a long way to go to sort of be matching that sort of record that he has. But in terms of head-to-heads, obviously we're quite evenly matched, like you say. So it always leads to an exciting tie, and one that I always look forward to.
And what you seem to have been able to do with Judd, which is no mean feat considering he's won 11 titles if you include the Masters since last January, you're not intimidated by him on the table, and rather than shy away from taking on the undisputed world number one, you seem to relish the challenge.
Yeah, 100%, because I want to be where he is, so there's no point in sort of trying to duck him every time that you draw him, and sort of trying to avoid him in the draw. You have to try and take him out to sort of dethrone him, if you like. That's what all the greats have done in the game previous. They've sort of aimed at the best player in the world at that current moment and tried to learn off them and then overtake them. So, I'm just trying to do the same.
Now, on a lighter note, it's just about the best excuse you could possibly have for not having to pack up boxes in preparation to move house. So you take on the world number one in the UK Championship quarter-final, and poor old Sophie has the two boys and boxes up your entire house ready to move. It's a brilliant excuse.
I've already prepped Finley. He's only 5, and I've already said, look, you're gonna have to help Mum tomorrow. You're gonna have to help pack up the house. So I've already got him on a wage ready for tomorrow. No, I'm only joking. Yeah, it's just how things pan out. I think she's sort of done it to try and give me a little bit of a distraction, which is sort of always healthy, especially in a big event like this. And I've had things like this before. I had my dad's 50th birthday in the Shanghai Masters when they were all on holiday, and I had that distraction going on, and knowing that if I lost I'd obviously shoot off to Tenerife. Sometimes when you have those distractions, it can sort of take your mind off the pressures of snooker.
And also, I guess the fact that you are moving is further evidence that you're a really traditional, humble guy. Is further evidence that what you're doing for a living is creating a lovely life for Sophie and the boys.
Yeah, like honestly, I'm so proud that I've managed to do that because, the Shanghai Masters, that's what sort of really turned my life around and my family's life around. We had Finley. Sophie flew out to Tenerife with Finley and she had about 400 euros on her, and that was literally all we had. And unfortunately, she lost it when she got there. And she called me in Shanghai crying her eyes out saying, I can't even afford nappies. So to obviously turn it around and be in this sort of position now where I'm providing a lovely life for my family, it makes all the sacrifices that I do and the dedication that I put in all worthwhile.
Couldn't be happening to a nicer bloke.
Thank you,
Enjoy
mate.
that
Cheers.
quarter final tomorrow.
Cheers, mate.